Hello and welcome to another episode of the series in which we are trying to comprehensively cover environmental science for various examinations such as UPSC and other public sector examinations. So today's topic is bioaccumulation and biomagnification. What all is in this topic? Let us dive into the lecture and see that in greater depth. Now, what is bioaccumulation? Now, a simple definition to that is when a pollutant enters a food chain. Alright, we saw about food chain in our previous videos. So when a pollutant enters a food chain, that is said to be bioaccumulation. And when that pollutant, when it moves from lower trophic levels to the higher ones, that is said to be biomagnification. Okay, so these are the basic definitions of these two terms, and we'll see that in greater depth in coming slides now. So we have a case study, and this is an industry. Okay, let us call this to be Meta Industries. Okay, so Meta Industries, it releases pollutants in water bodies. So this is an imaginary industry. Say it releases pollutants in water bodies. Now in water bodies there lives various aquatic species such as fish and different aquatic species. Now fish swallows that water. Alright, so that pollutant is now inside the body of fish. Alright, now fish swallow that, and there is a hunter. Let us call him H. H hunter is there. So he catches the fish and he then sells those fish to a restaurant. Alright, so he sells the fish to a restaurant, and in that restaurant, the chef, by making use of that fish, he cooks a dish, and then they serve that dish to the customers. Okay, so chef is not aware of what all has happened in the backend, and neither is the customer aware. Okay, but this is the complete scenario. Now, what all can we derive from this case study? Let us see. Now, in the previous case study, it shows that when the industry release its polluted water in the water body and then fish swallow that water, that is the point where the pollutants enter the fish's body, and that is how the pollutant make an entry into the food chain. Okay, now in this particular example, industry waste to fish, that is the bioaccumulation. Okay, entry in the food chain, that is bioaccumulation. So this is bioaccumulation. Okay, so this is bioaccumulation, and the fish to man eating that dish, the pollutant is traveling upwards in the trophic level. So it is traveling to upper trophic levels in the food chain, and that is said to be biomagnification. So now here, when from fish to ultimately the dish, that is said to be biomagnification. So these two are the basic definition of bioaccumulation and biomagnification. I hope now you understand what is bioaccumulation and biomagnification. Now we see properties of bioaccumulants. Now what are the properties of bioaccumulants? They are non-biodegradable. What do you mean by that? That means they will not decompose. Okay, so they will not decompose, and they will be persistent. They will be persistent in the environment, and they will cause more loss in coming future. Okay, they are not soluble in water. So when our body, when it produces urine, now for example that pollutant has already entered our food chain and is present in our body, then when body produces the waste material, for example when it produces urine, so it is not soluble in water, and as a result it does not come out with urine. Okay, now bioaccumulant is soluble in fat. Now what is the significance of that? When the mother's milk is given to the baby, the newborn child, that is how the pollutant travels from mother's body via milk to the newborn baby. Okay, so that is very harmful, and we saw in the previous example that they move up the chain. Okay, so how are bioaccumulants, they how do they prove to be harmful for humankind? Now let us consider the example of plastics. Plastics are made up of polyethylene and polyvinyl chloride, as you all know. Now there is a data which suggests that via plastics, that means because of plastics there is 21% of rise in the cancer cases. Okay, so that is why now government is trying to shift to bioplastics, and government has also tried various alternatives to stop this menace. For example, various initiatives by government is in previous years July or somewhere around that, government has banned the single use plastics. For example, the straws, for example, the covering of various juices such as fruity and similar other drinks. That single use plastic is now been banned because it is difficult to collect them and then dispose them of or recycle them. So as a result, it is very harmful to the nature, and therefore single use plastics have been banned by the government. Other initiatives have, which the government has taken, that are extended producer responsibility. That means the producer itself will take the responsibility of disposing of the plastics associated with it. And there is other plastic waste management rule, and there is recently an amendment in that as well. So you need not worry about that. We'll see that in the current section. So that all is about the bioaccumulants and biomagnification. We'll see about different bioaccumulants and what are harmful effects they provide to the humankind in the coming videos. So this was all about biomagnification and bioaccumulation. And if you have any doubt, you can always comment below. If you like the video, please hit the like and do subscribe. And I will see you at the next one. Thank you.